Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I designed my vision board this year, how I'm planning out my year this year. It's a little bit different than how I've done it in the past. And I'm also sharing with you my bullet journal January spread because I'm starting to bullet journal again and I'm super excited. So if that sounds good to you, then make sure you stick around. So what I decided to do this year is do my vision board inside my bullet journal. I will be handling my bullet journal every single day, so I thought it would be a great way to stay on top of my visualizing and just keeping track of all the goals that I want and how far I've come. So the first thing I did was I made a list of all the things that I want to accomplish in 2020. And then what I did is I went and printed out, found pictures that I liked that corresponded with my list. And then I printed them out, and that's what I'm doing right here. I'm cutting them out so that I can glue them to my vision board. At the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you what's inside the journal and what each thing means, because right now you're probably looking at certain things and you're like, I wonder what that means. And you're probably a little confused, but don't worry, I'm going to be explaining everything to you guys at the end of the video. So before we get too far into the video, let me just preface by saying that I cannot draw to save my life. So the fact that I want to do a bullet journal is definitely not because I am an artist by any means. I don't know why. I love it. I think it's beautiful when other people do it, but I cannot draw. And therefore I am just using a bullet journal mostly because I love the convenience of customizing it for my needs and what I like. And I think it works better than like the Erin Condren journal that I used last year. That's not to say that I'll never go back to it, but I really missed this method right here. So I wanted to go back to the bullet journaling. So that's not to say that I'm not going to tweak a little things and add a little bit of color. I think that's probably how I add art to it, is by just adding pops of color. So what I'm doing now is I'm making a list of my 2020 goals. These are the things that I want to accomplish this year, and I definitely separated them by category. For example, there's a publishing, business, finance, entertainment, relationship, and wellness category, and under each of these things, I put things that I really want to accomplish this year. However, I just finished reading the book, The 12-Week Year, and I really liked it because I love the idea of chunking things down. If you guys are familiar with my channel at all, you probably know this already because I do mention it a lot. I think there's power in having a vision for your life and your future. However, I think sometimes it can get overwhelming to know that you have to or need or want to accomplish all these things in one year. And the truth of the matter is, when you think about things in a long term, like, oh, I have the whole year to accomplish this, it might take you the whole year to accomplish it, versus knowing that maybe you chunk it down to say, I want to accomplish this in the next 12 weeks. That's much faster, much sooner. You can be more proactive. You can start working on weekly and daily goals to make sure that you reach that goal, versus waiting till December to try to reach all the goals that you set at the beginning of the year. So I really like this method. And basically what it is how I did it is I wrote down in each category all the things I want to accomplish in this year. But then what I really did is I went in and I said, okay, what is it that I want to accomplish in these first 12 weeks? And yes, of course, I want to publish books. I want to grow in my business. There's a lot of things that I want to do, but realistically, what is the one thing or the two things that I can do in the first 12 weeks that's really going to make a difference, that's really going to make me happy, that's really going to push the needle forward as far as my publishing or my finance or whatever it is that I want to grow in? Before getting into the 12-week plan, the first thing that I did, as you saw, was I made a list of my 2020 goals. The next thing that I did, that I'm doing right here, is I'm gluing all the pictures that I selected for the 2020 goals, and I am gluing them on the bullet journal before I get to my 12-week plan. So now it's time to get into the 12-week plan, and I'm really excited because I think this is going to work. Like I said before, I'm a really big fan of chunking things down so that they just become more manageable instead of thinking of my year as far as 12 months, I'm basically thinking here 12 weeks. And there's specific things that I want to accomplish that I am confident I will get done, because not only am I having a 12-week goal, but then I'm going to chunk it down to weekly and daily goals so that I can accomplish these things. And if I finish before the 12 weeks, then I'm able to move forward. For example, I have 3 books that I want to publish this year. However, I know that it's not good for me. I've tried it. Writing 3 books at once does not work. So what I need to do is, what is the very first thing that I need to do? In my list, the very first thing I need to do is finish writing and editing Between Us, because I am rewriting that book, and then I need to send it to an editor. So I need to do all these things, and I plan on doing this in January. I want to publish it by March. So that's 12 weeks right there. Publish 1 book. If I get done with Between Us before the 12 weeks, and basically all I'm doing is just waiting around to hit the publish button on Amazon, then I can go ahead and move on to like another goal, which is writing the sequel to Between Us, or finishing. I already wrote like 2 drafts of that, so go back to that book. So as you can see, I'm sure you can see the benefits in planning this way. So as you can tell, I've already started creating my year at a glance spread. This was a challenge, staying on point, making sure all my numbers were correct. I did mess up in February, but that's what whiteouts are for. So, but now it is done, and I don't have to do it again for the rest of the year. After I did the calendars on top, I went ahead and numbered the days of the week so that I could also write in there the things that are coming up, like birthdays. And I'm using this section more for personal. I don't think it gives me enough room to write like uploads and things like that, and I don't think it'll serve me anyway. And if you're wondering how I plan my YouTube schedule and my social media and all that stuff, then I have a video coming up next week where I'm planning my YouTube schedule, and I'm sharing all how I'm doing that outside of my bullet journal. So if that's something you guys want to see, make sure that you also hit the subscribe button and that you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out when I upload that video. All right, you guys, now it's time to peek into the final product. So have not done the key and don't know if I'm going to do the index, but I started out with the 2020 and I wanted to dedicate each number a season to each number. So there I have spring, summer, Halloween, fall, and basically Christmas. The next page is my 2020's goals, and I just have stickies over some of the more personal things like my savings goals and my home goals. And yeah, the next page is my travel and wellness goals. I plan on going to Disney in September. I want to go visit my son in Orlando in June, and I want to go visit my parents in South Florida. And of course, my wellness goals are ongoing. This page is my publishing page, and right there I have a cover of my book Between Us, but I wanted to cover it because I have not shared the cover with you guys yet. And like I said before, I did want to publish 3 books. I want my books to be sold in Barnes & Noble. The I Am is my mantra cards that I created this year. I want to create a new course. I want to grow YouTube, and I want to do Vlogmas this year. And now this is the start of my 12-week plan. These are just a small portion of the things that I want to accomplish this entire year. So I'm just gonna take it slow and see how hard I can work and see how much I can accomplish. You guys saw this earlier. It's just the year at a glance. I'm basically just using it for, you know, birthdays, anniversaries. My daughter's pregnant and she's having a baby, so her due date, and my son's wife is also pregnant, so I have their due date on there. And this is the start of January. And this, you guys, I'm gonna move quickly through that because that was a mess. I'm never doing that page again. It was awful. So here's my tracking page, and you know, I have like tracking my mood, you know, if I'm happy, motivated, if I meditated, if I'm anxious, if I took my iron pill, because I'm trying to monitor if my iron pill has anything to do with the way I'm feeling with my digestion and my headaches. So that's why I am doing that there. That page is not done, but I left the markers over my daughter's house, so I need to go get those to add a little bit of color there. And here's my brain dump page, and then my monthly tasks based on what I wrote down for my 12-week plan, and this is my weekly spread. I haven't written anything in it, but of course I intend on filling this up based on my monthly goals. So there you have it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you feel motivated to do your own vision board this year. I have faith that if you do, you will accomplish all your goals. I'm definitely going to keep you guys posted as to how I'm doing on all my plans. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with all your friends and family, and remember to subscribe on your way out. And until next time, stay safe.